Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. Okay, so today we want to learn on how to create grouped elements. So grouped elements in Revit make it easier for you to modify changes on some components or elements of maybe a project or a building or whatever you are modifying or you are making on Revit, be it a structural or a system component. So it makes it easier for you to modify each component without touching all of them. So for example, you have 20 of similar shape or component, so there's a little modification. It makes it easier for you to modify one while it affects the other parts of the component simultaneously. So today we'll just go into a little brief on how to create um, grouped elements. It's quite easy and it makes your work faster and easier. So let's go straight into it. All right. I'll just simply modify this sample model, but first of all, I'll create a group of for it. So let's say this is an estate, for example, or a building or a site that has two of the same or three of the same kind of design. So I call this block 2A. Probably I'll call the other ones block 2B and 2C. Alright, so I'll highlight everything. So first of all, highlight everything you want to create as a group. Alright, so with this, it's just simple. Go to your modify tools bar, you see create group, or the short code for it is GP. So I'll create a group, I'll give it a name. I'll give it, for example, a block of bungalow. Okay, all right, so that's okay for that. So I'll go down to the ngl. All right, so I'll copy this out, let's say to here, then I'll copy this to here also. Okay, so I have a block, three blocks of the same kind of building. So I'll make some changes here on the 3D view so it will be easy for us to understand what I'm trying to say. So for example, um, I want to make changes on the, first of all, let me explain something. Now when you are here, if you select a particular component of that group, you can select it without selecting the group by using your tab toolbar. So as you can see, I can't edit it. I basically have to edit it in the group. So if I select it now, as you can see, I can edit it. So let's just make a little change here. For example, I'll change this to, let's just change this to flat 2A. Then I say finish. So if you come here, you see it has affected on every other block, right? So that's just one of it. What else? Okay, let's just change this to, what do I do now? Okay, let me edit and delete the railings. Right, and I'll say finish group. Now you can see that the other blocks do not have railings. So this is just one aspect of it where we can create um, groups from a whole component that you have or a whole model that you have created. Okay, so another aspect I'll show you is when you are creating in place models. All right, okay, so let me just create an in place model here. Okay, okay, so let's create this for example. So okay, Okay. All right. So as you can see, I've created a model of just something, just a shape. Maybe what do I call this now? A slab with columns around. All right. So now you can see that I can individually edit this, the height, the color, the texture. So what if I just want to create this and I don't want any changes on all of them independently? I want to create a model, a group model for all of them, for each, for one, and for all, yes, for all of them, and in later I might want to change it to square. So while I'm still in edit mode, I can still create a group model for this. I'll just leave that as group model. So with that, I can mirror it, right, 60 degrees. All right. So you can see that I cannot just individually edit this, even if I select it. So I'll have to edit. Let's say I change this to 3000, finish. So automatically, or I come here, I change this to square. So you can see it's it makes your work quite easy. So you have, if you have a component or a group of model you are creating and you need to multiply or create a group of models that you don't need to, you might want to change later, you don't have to go and edit everything all over. So just making a group model makes your work easy. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.